Wholesaling has been a pretty hot topic. We've seen tons of people make absurd amounts of money.
We've made like 6 figures just by flipping a piece of paper to a buyer.
Find a house in shitty condition, make an offer to the seller.
It sounds like anybody can just kind of hop into this.
Do it yourself, learn from your mistakes. That's kind of how I learned anyways.
Everyone's got each.
Oh yeah. How was your day? I look now to
$73,000. I figured out early on that nobody's equal. There's no 50-50 down the line.
That makes so much sense. Wholesaling has been a pretty hot topic over the last couple of months. We've seen tons of people make absurd amounts of money. To explain the process a little bit more, we're interviewing 2 people today. What is wholesaling? Because there's tons of different definitions out there. When somebody thinks wholesaling, the first thing, at least when I mention the term wholesaling, the first thing people say is, what, like BJ's? No. What is wholesaling from the investor perspective?
A common misconception is you're selling the house to an investor. No, you're selling that piece of paper to an investor. You're going under contract with a seller, finding a buyer, and releasing or assigning that piece of paper to your end buyer for a fee.
So you just flip contracts. You don't
flipping paper, like he said.
You flip paper. So we've made like 6 figures just by flipping a piece of paper to a buyer who actually wants to buy that paper or that house for X amount of dollars.
And it seems easy, but it's not. The concept is easy. It's actually very difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had an easy transaction.
What goes into a transaction?
A lot.
Walk me through the steps.
No, so to perform a successful wholesale, well, you first need leads. Got to find a seller, find a price from the seller, negotiate that price for what you know makes sense, and then get it under contract, right? That's the challenging part. Is you got to get a seller to sign a piece of paper that says they're going to sell you their home for X. Everybody always thinks their home is worth Y, which makes it very hard to fucking negotiate sometimes. So you got to be able to negotiate them down to a price that makes sense. Then once you get that paper signed, and now you need to flip that paper, right? How do you do that? You got to find a buyer. So now you got to search your buyer pool. Who can buy this house cash? Ideally, pay my assignment fee and close in the time frame that I promised the seller. So you either have found buyers from going to networking events, you found buyers on Facebook, you found buyers any way you can fucking find them. You can pull a list and skip trace all the cash buyers on their column and get buyers, right? So it really just depends on like how you source your buyers. But once you get it signed, then you find your buyer, then you assign that contract to that buyer for a fee. So say I assign this contract to Chris, and I have under contract for $100,000. I assign that contract to Chris for $150,000. He pays me $50,000. He pays me the difference. The seller gets $100,000 at the closing table. I get $50,000 at the closing table, and then Chris is all in for $150,000.
Yep. And I actually just did. You did just assign me something.
I did just assign you something actually.
$10,000, 11.5.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so why does that make sense for the end buyer that you mentioned?
It makes sense because they're gonna flip the house, and actually make profit at the end.
And so what do their numbers look like?
So realistically, if I make $50,000 on an assignment, it better be fucking good for the buyer, right? So if the buyer's gonna pay me $50,000 for a contract, they better make close to double that, right? Because nobody's gonna want to pay you $50,000 in the assignment and then go make $20,000. No,
and that's what's annoying is you see that more often. And for us as flippers, the deals that we get presented to us have a $40,000 assignment fee and a $40,000 net profit. Why should I make the same amount as the guy giving me the deal? I'm cool with giving you $10,000, $15,000. Why should you make 40? You know what I mean? An equivalent net profit for a wholesaler to a flipper, that's just not okay. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, I mean, I could be wrong. I just feel like that's not right.
I mean, we've done deals. Don't get me wrong. We've done deals where we've made probably more than some of the flippers. I can't say shit.
We have a $90,000 assignment fee right now on an 8-unit.
We really do.
But that's because we have it $260,000 under market.
Below value.
And there's even with the assignment fee, they're still paying less than 70% of ARV.
That's not even that's not even as is value. The as is value is like 6.
Yeah, a little higher.
A little higher.
Yeah.
So, and if they renovate it, it's looking at close to probably
so they're already $170,000 below.
Yeah. So that's why we're making so much on that deal. But.
Right.
Jeez. So it sounds like you position yourself as the middleman in the transaction. Now, why does that make sense for the seller as well?
The seller thinks you're going to buy the house cash. More than 9 out of 10 times they think you're going to buy the house cash. And it makes it easy for them because you're giving them a fair offer, which you know you can still make money on, and you're guaranteeing a closing. If you're a scrub wholesaler and you can't find a buyer don't put it under contract. Like, make sure you do your due diligence, make sure your numbers make sense, and then put it under contract. Don't go to a foreclosed house where the auction date's in 2 weeks, and then make them an offer that you can't dispose the deal at, and then the day of the foreclosure or the day before, when they think that they're going to close, like you've led them on, you're like, yeah, we're going to close. Then you terminate the contract and say, oh, sorry, my bad, can't close it. And then they get foreclosed on.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's fucked up business, and that's why wholesale is getting banned.
That'll get you sued too. So, unethical business practice. Oh yeah.
So if you had to summarize the wholesale process in 30 seconds for like explaining it to a fifth grader, what is wholesaling?
Find a house, shitty condition, make a certain offer, find a buyer, how do I word this? Find a house in shitty condition, make an offer to the seller, sign a piece of paper, find a buyer willing to pay more, sign that piece of paper, go to an attorney and say, here, I want my money. That's it.
Oh, shoot. And per piece of paper, you're making how much?
Yeah, some deals make 5, some deals make fucking 60, 70, 90.
You'll see like the gurus like make $250K. No.
I know a guy who just wholesaled a fucking factory for 500 G's.
That actually went through it closed?
I believe it did close.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, people do it. People make fucking stupid money on some of these deals, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could wholesale a factory, bro.
We've been trying to wholesale a factory. You don't want to go see it.
There's a guy in Hartford that we did a roof for. He's tired of the fucking factory.
Call it. Let's get it done. Let's get 2 factories.
Wait, are you serious?
500 times 2 is $1 million. I'll give you guys 30%.
How much would you want for that? And could it be converted?
I have no idea. Yeah, the thing needs to be fucking updated. It's falling apart.
That's how we can make the most money.
So you're telling me if we convert Terryville into multifamily
That's the
zoning, they could build an apartment building?
Yeah, so it's the only way the deal makes sense. Nobody's gonna want to fucking buy a shit factory off of us.
I would.
For what?
To hang out in.
No, like realistically, no one's gonna pay us $100,000 to do that. So we need to be able to convert. If we can, Marcos, do you have the guy's number? Give it to Chris. Have Chris start the conversation. I'm telling you.
Asian guy from New York. They don't live here. They travel to like work on it as a group, but they're tired of working on it.
Chris, bro. I'm fucking Marcos, bro. You have the number? Can you give it to Chris like tomorrow? If Chris can call this guy. Chris, if you lock that bitch up.
He gave me a VA deal. You were right here. I called him in the dead of that thing making noise. And I was like, what do you want for your house? Straightforward. $350. I said, I looked at it. I'll give you $325. Let's get it done. I'll look at it tomorrow. And he was like, okay. And then I asked him for information. Told me some information. And then I hung up with him. We have a showing tomorrow. I called Robbie, and we're going to get it done.
Robbie has a buyer for it, do you think?
Believe so. So what I like to do, what I've started doing is streamlining the process when working with those kind of deals with agents.
Yeah.
Having them go look at it first. This is what it's worth. This is what it needs. Photos, videos, potential buyers. Granted, we could do the same thing, but why would we do that when that takes away from our day?
Does the guy live there or no?
He does.
Damn.
Yep.
When can he close?
30 days.
Bored?
He said he needs about a month. It's funny you asked that. How'd you know? Were you here also?
No.
Oh, no, yeah, he asked. He asked me. He goes, well, how soon can you close? I need at least a month. I said 30 days. He said, that's fine. And he said it was converted to a single family from a multi, and all we got to do is knock down a wall and make it back into a multi.
It sounds like anybody can just kind of hop into this. Do you need any sort of regulation?
No, so you don't need a license to wholesale, right? So all you need is just do you know how to do it? Everyone, we met a kid. I've said this before. We met a kid who was at a networking event, and he came up to me, and I was like, "Hey, man, my name is Nick. We had a quick introduction. So what do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a wholesaler." I was like, "Oh, like that's great. Like, what's your market?" He goes, "Oh, like Connecticut, if whatever I can." I was like, "Oh, cool. How many deals have you done?" "Oh, nothing." I was like, "Oh, cool. So like, when did you start looking into wholesaling?" He's like, "Oh, I just started looking into it yesterday, and I found this meetup and I came here today." I was like, "So you're a wholesaler who's never closed a deal?" I gotta text him.
I had a meetup. Let me guess.
I gotta text him. Actually, have him join the school.
Enterprise is elite.
No, he wasn't. This was fucking Brian's meetup, and he was like, "Yeah, no." So he's like, "How about you? Do you close deals?" And I was like, "Yeah, I close."
He should have led with, "Hi, my name is," what was his name?
I fucking forgot his name.
"Hi, my name is Name."
Yeah.
I'm interested in wholesaling.
That's
looking to learn more.
That's what it is.
I'm an investor or I'm a wholesaler.
That's
how
why
many deals have you closed?
He
0?
texted me like a couple months ago. I left him on red because he was texting me, asking me all these questions, and I was like, "Oh, I don't feel like responding to him." I should
You should probably respond to them and send them the school link.
So people like this, I'm assuming it sounds like they're the ones giving the wholesale industry a bad rep.
Oh yeah, they're a dime a dozen too. They see like I said, dude, social media is the death of this entire industry right now. They're seeing everyone trying to get at it. There's people out here that don't know what they're doing, that are seeing people get in, hopping on this bandwagon. So they're throwing up courses on how to do it that they're learning from someone else's course, having never done it themselves. And then that cycle repeats, and you have 30, 40 different people thinking they're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month because some so-and-so said they will.
Wow.
We've been doing this in real life for a long time. It's hard. It's a simple process. It's easy to, how do I word this? Wholesaling is very easy to portray and to teach, but it's difficult to actually take action. It's not difficult to take action. It's difficult throughout the process. Do you get what I'm getting at? It's the execution of it is more, it's easier said than done, if that makes sense. It's easy to teach it. It's easy to say you do this, that, and that. But actually doing this, that, and that never works out the way you think it's going to, so you have to be proactive and you have to know how to do certain things. And that's not something you learn off of a course or that's something you learn by doing.
True.
Trial and error, social proof. Do it yourself, learn from your mistakes. That's kind of how I learned anyways.
Right. Like normal business type of thing. But except the stakes are a little higher, it sounds, right? You're dealing with somebody who's in foreclosure and needs to get out of it now.
Not always foreclosure, but sometimes.
Okay. What are some of the most common examples of people that you find are in distress?
Honestly, I don't think we've really done many in distress. You probably have, but mine are more, I like multifamily game. Mine are more investors that are looking to sell 1031 into something else, buy something else. The single families that I do work with are often already for sale by owner that we turn into novation style deals, or we cold call and it's a distressed looking property and they're open to the entertaining of selling it, and then eventually after enough persuasion and negotiation they do. There's never been like a distress or probate. I guess you can consider that distress, kind of, sort of, not really. It's more about I don't know. You probably had a lot of distressed sellers.
I've done probates, short sales, pre-foreclosures, foreclosures, inheritance, divorce. I've done fucking
divorce too.
I've done literally every fucking deal under the sun.
We just did a divorce one. 9 months later, it's still pending closing. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably I have the most emotional ones for people are probates because they're attached to the house. I did one in fucking
Yep.
I did one in Colombia.
You touched upon a great point. People are attached. Like homes are such an emotional purchase. And so it's like that makes sense. And so being able to kind of deal with that, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely not for everybody. And a lot of people don't realize you got to be sharp. Like you got to be flexible dealing with people. Now, with so many people, with so many like new people trying to get into the space, you see all the mess ups. You see all the like you encountered the person who said, I'm a wholesaler. My first day was yesterday. Great. Do you see wholesaling being subject to any regulations?
I mean, they're trying to regulate
Not
it.
in the near future. Eventually.
Yeah,
sure.
they're trying to because everyone's trying to fucking wholesale.
Multiple states have already passed them. South Carolina, for example. Illinois, for example.
It made it legal. Illinois did, right?
You need a real estate license. That's it.
And then fucking Cali's trying to fucking get rid of it too.
Yeah. California's a big market anyways. Who cares?
Yeah.
I think California should just be deleted off the map anyway.
I mean, they're falling off the map. Literally, they're falling off the map.
I hope they depart and never come back.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
The
Fucking
whole blue
liberals.
state can leave.
Then there'll be never be a fucking blue president again. Thank God.
I see a lot of agents kind of shit on wholesalers. What is that relationship like actually? Do wholesalers and realtors get along actually?
Oh, damn.
Honestly, agents, if you're a wholesaler and a flipper at the same time, that's fine. A lot of agents respect you. For example, fucking Brian sent me a deal today that an agent sent to him that I think might be thin, but we'll see. And that's having those relationships is good. But if you're just a wholesaler, agents are gonna get salty with you because you make more money than them, right?
I was gonna get to that. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so if you can close on it, great, because then agents will they know that you'll perform, and they're not just gonna try and wholesale what they're bringing you. But like if you're just a wholesaler, then they're probably not.
I don't mind agents, to be honest. The ones that make give problems and look down on us. They make me laugh, to be honest. We work with a lot of agents. Well, I work alongside two. I know you're not the biggest fan of them, but I work alongside who I think are two of the best agents in that area of Connecticut. Working with them, making them money. I make money, they make money, they make money, I make money. No one's talking bad about anyone. Everyone's doing what they're supposed to do.
You talk shit about them all the time.
I know. Shut up.
Like
When they make me mad, Q. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
You could crop that. I'll send it to them. They actually asked me today. They both want to be on a podcast soon. So I don't know if I want Lexi in here because she might stand in the corner, yell the N-word, and leave. But Robbie on the other end, we can keep. Yeah, but I just don't want Lexi being racist to Nick on a podcast.
I'll fucking smack her. I don't know who she thinks she is.
Okay.
I'll literally walk.
But no, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
right
mind
across the
working
face.
with agents. To be honest, they make things easier. Transaction coordination, buyers. Every single deal that we do in Windham County, we have not found a buyer ourselves.
Because nobody wants to fucking buy out there, bro. Rural,
That's why all of them are being closed.
rural boony East Bumfuck, Connecticut. No,
Right, but it's a good market to get in at a low cost and out at a high cost.
yeah, because all their houses are cooked. That's why
That's
get
what
in
you
so
look
low.
for,
I
though,
know.
in this
I
business.
know, but that's why it's good to have agents because like nobody
Right.
wants to buy out there because the values aren't that high no matter what you do. But if you get it for the right price, then
I consider agents connections. And again, the ones that talk bad on us either don't know what they're doing, are a dinosaur to the industry, and only know Connecticut purchase and sale agreement. That's what you have to use. Like that agent in Southington. You know who you are.
I still can't.
Dude.
You should just let me list that. It would have
Dude,
been so
yeah,
much easier.
it is what it is. But again, what he said, they make a lot less money than us. Think about it. Most of them are partnered. They hang their license with a broker. What's the total commission on one side? 3%, right?
Total,
Normally,
yeah,
broker
max.
gets 1, they get 2. What's 2% of $350,000, Nick?
350. How Marco said.
It is.
Yeah,
2% is $7,500.
6,500. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. So I just lost my train of thought. Again, most agents are just upset that we're making more money than them. They hang their license with a broker. They split their commissions with a broker. They normally walk away with 2% of their sale. 2% of $350,000 is what, a little less than $7,000. Where we wholesale that deal for the same amount of money and walk away with 20 or 30,000. They look at that and they're like, "Well, you're taking advantage of the seller." Blah blah blah. Like they just, I don't know. I don't mind them. I don't hate them anymore. I used to hate them a lot. Now really. Now every agent that I meet, I try and bring some sort of value so that they see that and they want to return the favor. It only makes it easier. Every area that we enter, Hartford County, Windham County, New London County, Middlesex County, I would try and meet a realtor in every single area so that I have a network that I could reach out to, that they have a network that they could reach out to. So if we bring a deal over there and I don't have a buyer, he doesn't have a buyer, Facebook comes up dry. Who do you have next? They bring value, of course. Most of them anyways. Your listing agents are useless. Sorry to any of you guys that are
okay.
newly licensed listing agents, whatever, or dinosaur listing agents. You guys are useless.
Why are they useless?
What are they doing for their seller other than everything that we do? Right? What are they doing besides giving access to the MLS? Some of them go above and beyond and they make cute little videos, stuff like who's really seeing that? Right?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Lexi.
No.
She does like make her little cute little video.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
No, but really though, I don't know. I'm talking about the ones that shit on us. The listing agents that shit on us. Like, what are you doing other than listing the house for them? Sending someone else to do something.
What should they do instead?
Call us. We'll take better care of you. The general consensus is agents are cool. If you're a mean agent, go away.
Everyone fucking gets a real estate license. Another thing you see
I'm
a
going
lot.
to be a millionaire.
Yeah, a lot of the things you see a lot is someone gets a real estate license, then we're trying to like do a deal, right? We're trying to make it off on our house. And then I'm like, oh, my sister Susan's a realtor. Susan's never closed a fucking deal in her life. Susan's been renewing her real estate license for almost $1,000 a year, has sold one house 4 years ago, and works a 9 to 5 at Target, right? So, and then they're like, well, Susan has to review this contract. And then she refuses it. And she's like, well, oh, my sister Susan, she's an agent. She's found some issues with this contract. What the fuck does Susan know? Nothing, right?
What does Susan know about our investor grade contract?
Bro, because she doesn't know
because she was taught by the course that she took, mandated by the state, to look for this, and that on the Connecticut GAR contract, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
That's what they're used to.
So
Attorneys too. Some of them are the same way.
So they don't know shit about how wholesalers operate or how like investors work as a whole, and they kill deals. They're like, oh well, I'll just list it for you. I'll get it sold faster for you.
And little do they know is that they're losing out on money too.
Oh,
They
for
are.
sure.
If they're representing that seller, they get some sort of commission, right? What is it? What benefit is it to you or your seller to kill a deal that you don't understand? You're losing money. Your seller's losing money. Now we're pissed off. Everyone loses.
Yeah.
Take
But
the
nobody
time
thinks
to
about
understand.
that.
Yeah, but take the time to understand it. Read through the contract.
Susan
Understand the
doesn't- Susan
legalities
doesn't
and the
wanna
terms.
understand it, bro.
Well, then Susan could fuck, dude. Like
Exactly.
I don't know
You tell
what to
Susan
tell
that.
you.
Exactly. Okay. On to the next. I'm sorry.
That's why Susan works at Target now.
That's why she
and that's
works
why 99% of new realtors fail. And is that a fact? Yes or no?
93%.
93. Sorry, 93%.
Sorry,
So if you're taking your realtor's exam right now, don't.
You're gonna become a statistic.
A statistic is crazy. You're gonna end up on a T. Never mind.
Pay the $1,000 to fucking get your course. Go to Chris directly.
Yeah, you're gonna end up on a T-shirt. No, I'm kidding.
That's fucked.
Failed realtor.
That's fucked. Imagine.
So it sounds like there's still this kind of ethical battle that's being fought. You know, some people look at wholesalers and they're like, "What are they doing?" But from what you've explained, it sounds like you're providing a legitimate service that people can count on. Would you? We're going to address that argument. Is wholesaling? Do you think it's actually unethical, illegal? Do you think there's an issue with it?
I don't, and I'll tell you why. I think that wholesaling is okay because we're providing a service. White glove service, as we call our service. We're doing more for them. We're making sure things get done. We're keeping everyone in a strict timeline. We're handling documents. We're coordinating the entire process. That comes with a fee. When you hire a real estate agent, don't they get paid a fee? Right? Or wrong? We're covering your closing costs. We're covering your attorney's fees. We're making sure everything goes the way it's supposed to go. Right? Right. So how is that unethical?
Got you. Give me like a brief example, right? If somebody sold their house for $200,000, if they went the traditional route, do they walk away with the $2,000? For those that don't know,
No. So 9 times out of 10, and this is what makes me mad, going back to the agent conversation, when agents talk bad about us, why? Our assignment fee is $30,000. Yes, that's not net. That's gross. They sell their house for $200,000. After attorney's fees, closing costs, conveyance taxes, and your commission, they're making $170,000. Working with us, they're making the same amount of money, right? We're covering all of those costs for them. We're making the same amount. It's a commission to us. What's the difference? We're just unlicensed realtors. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, unlicensed.
Unlicensed realtors, are we not? It's the same thing. Why are you mad at us? It's not unethical.
I'm licensed. Just put it out there.
Yeah, that is true. Right, but as a licensed agent, Nick, here, I'll ask a question. As a licensed agent, what value do you think that agents bring to the table versus a wholesaler?
Fucking nothing.
Right.
It was more of a
No, but
guarantee
but this should speak volume, guys. As a licensed agent, someone that said, "I'm going to sell houses. This is what I want to do." What value do you, as a licensed agent, hold over us as wholesale investors?
MLS.
Hey,
Hey.
we all have that too.
MLS was other realtors on it. I'm just saying.
We all have that too.
Huh?
What do you mean?
You can't list the property on the MLS though.
Yeah, but I have you.
Unless you do innovations. Well, I understand that. I'm just telling you, if you, that's the benefit, more exposure. But if you can get it sold, you can get it sold.
Right. So I
Those
understand.
are really fucking.
they are.
They're mints. Oh my
They
god.
are, and I understand the benefit of the MLS, but we have the same outreach. We have agents
Exactly.
in our network. We don't even have agents. We have brokers we work directly with. Our brokers don't take a fee like your broker does. Ha, realtor, we're better again. Better commissions. If you wanted a traditional listing, list with us too.
For real.
Right?
You get a
Don't pay 3 to whatever.
You get a
6%.
full
Pay
fucking
2.
service with us,
Right.
bro.
We're in the business to do good business and not make a ton of money. Agents are, listing agents make their money off their listings. You want to list your house, you don't want to pay a lot of commission, you want to do it the traditional way, call Nick. 2%, get it done.
Get it done.
That's it. We have connections too. We're not in this business to make a ton of money off of our commissions. We're in this business to do right for people, have good positive testimonials, and repeat business.
So, how can one best prepare to enter the wholesale scene?
Please don't.
We don't need more
There's enough
competition.
of us.
I'm kidding. No, honestly, educate yourself. Make sure you have the right community around you. Make sure you have the right tools in place. Make sure you have the right contracts. You want to stay legal and you want to stay compliant. Just make sure you're in it with the mindset of, hey, yeah, you can make a lot of money. Obviously, everyone's coming into this, they want to make money. Don't get me wrong. You can close a deal and make somebody's salary in a month, right? Or in a week. It doesn't really matter. You want to be educated. You want to provide a service and really help your sellers, help your clients. I don't call them my sellers, I call them my clients, right? Because and then we're wholesaling your house, sure, but we're making sure we get it done, making sure you get the money that you need in your pocket at X time frame. We're transaction managing everything, and we're making sure everything goes smooth for you. It's an as is, hands off, hassle free sale, right? So make sure you're educated. Make sure you have the right intention in mind. You're not just trying to rob some seller and make them $100,000 offer when you know that if you offer them $130,000, if they need the money, dude, if you know that maybe offering them a little bit more cash is going to help them in their situation, give them the money.
If your assignment fee could be $120, if your assignment fee could be $20 or $30, I'd take the 20.
Give them.
If you were in a pre-foreclosure situation, you had a home under contract for $100,000. You had a buyer offer you $160,000. They owe $80 on their house. They're walking with $20. You're gonna walk with $60. Are you giving the homeowner some of that money back, or are you gonna be greedy and walk away?
The thing is, it's an ethical conundrum, right? So you can do. I really only give money back if I know the seller is in a shit situation, right? So this is a deal I did, and I'm not proud of this deal. This was when I was still leading the sales team at the other company. I wasn't real on our own yet. It's a deal I did in Waterbury. This lady lost her fucking sister, her husband, and her daughter in the same month. And you know what the person, our manager said at the time? Because there was mold. Turns out there was a faucet leak in the
I
basement.
don't even want to hear this story again.
Huh?
I don't even want to hear this
I
again.
know, right? And then the person, there was mold in the basement. They found out because there was a leak somewhere. It spread. It took us a while to close the deal. It spread everywhere, right? And the person goes back and says, get her down $50,000. And she's breaking even on our sale, right? So if I got her down that much, bro, she was gonna have to come out of pocket, just to finish selling the house. He's like, yeah. He's like, if she should have. He literally said to me, he's like, well, she should have found the leak, and he had that fixed before we got this far. Older lady lost her husband, her daughter, and her sister all in the same month.
And what would that have really costed at the end of the day to fix?
Oh,
$5-10 grand.
The first step you mentioned was you got to find people. You got to find a seller. How do you guys find sellers today in today's market?
FSBOs.
For sale by owner, driving for dollars.
FSBOs are fucking huge right
Cold
now.
calling leads. FSBOs are nice. I like using FSBOs. And this is for informational purposes, obviously, but people can't, your average Joe watching this can't normally do this unless you're well connected, know what you're doing, and have been in this industry for a while. So that's what I like about for sale by owners, because it sets us apart from the scrubs. So calling for sale by owners and trying to get them down for a traditional wholesale deal is never going to happen. It's near impossible. If you do, cool, congrats, you're part of that 1% that did. Us, on the other hand, there's a for sale by owner. I'll use our deal just now. We just 3 days ago called it. Yesterday did a showing. Today sent out paperwork. It was in Westbrook, Connecticut. Beautiful house, listed just under $600,000. I knew it wasn't worth that much money. It was worth $45,000, $50,000 less. I put comps together. I called the man and said, hey, look, I have a client that's interested. I don't.
Nigga's not even a realtor.
I have a client that's interested. Are you an agent? No. What do you mean you have a client that's interested? My partner's an agent. We work with a lot of other investors. Someone's moving to this area. They want to buy a home. Done. Objection handled. Great. Appointment scheduled. Go and do this. I go and do the showing. Take a ton of pictures, whatever. I go home. I call Nick. We do our market analysis. We realize, hey, it's not worth $599, but it's worth $560, right? So I said, look, man, here are your comparable properties. I sent them a list. This is what this one has that yours doesn't. This is what this one has that yours doesn't. But this is what yours does have that one doesn't. Settled at $525. We're going to list that property on the MLS using our broker, paying no commissions for $559, and we're going to make the difference. That's it.
Hold on. You said we're not paying any commissions?
Well, 1%, but
How the fuck are we going to sell that bitch?
oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, we're just gonna leave that in there though because they don't need to know that.
Facts.
They don't need to know that. And
I
we're
think-
gonna offer no buyer's agent commissions because your buyer should be paying that after what just happened.
Are you serious?
And then I'm kidding.
Oh.
It's a fucking joke.
We need to list that at like
Dude.
574.9.
Yeah, low key.
Realistically,
we're
for us to-
fucked on commissions.
Yeah, we gotta list that for because 2% of that's gonna be like 11 grand plus VIX. So we're all in for like 16 grand commissions.
Yeah.
After all of our fees and pray we don't have any fees. If you do that,
What do you mean have any fees?
like
We're using Trello to close.
and yeah, so fuck. So
Well, that's $950, isn't it?
yeah, and I'm talking about conveyance difference. Talking about if there's any inspection issues. So we're looking at say we're all in for 20 grand. 20 grand minus
13 to be safe. Wait, we're all in for 20. What?
commissions and everything.
Why would we be all in for 20?
Because 2% of 550 is already fucking over what 11 grand.
It's 11
plus Vic.
11 plus 5 is 16.
Yeah, plus Trello.
17.
Plus conveyance difference and plus inspection issues if there's anything. So 20 all in, right?
Yeah.
So then what did you want to list for originally?
559.
Okay, subtract 20 grand from that.
We're in for 49 grand. We're making 50 minus 20. If you're using 20 to be safe, we're still making 30.
Nigga, you see you got on a car for 525.
Oh, I'm an idiot. My
You're
bad.
fucking shot.
I'm cooked.
So we'd make like fucking 7
10
grand
Both.
a piece.
Each.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Bad. I mean,
Fuck, we're agents.
I like to make more deals. So I told you, me and Marco split it. So that's why I like to make more money on these deals. We each have enough to eat.
I'm over here like low key tight that I gotta split it with this motherfucker. And then
Yeah.
you're over here like fuck, I gotta split my half. That's fucked.
That's why I gotta
That's
fucking like.
fucked.
I like to do
Dude,
fat
I
deals.
sit there at night and I'm doing my numbers and I'm like, man, if I was by myself, I'd be rich as fuck.
Yeah.
And then Nick's probably like, damn, I gotta split my half in half again.
Yeah. That sounds
And
like
then I have to pay taxes on it too.
tax.
You said FSBOs, but you also said driving for dollars.
Yes.
I think so.
But explain driving
Yes.
for dollars.
I just got a driving for dollars deal yesterday. Explain it. Get in your car, turn it on, put it in drive straight, find a shitty house.
And call him. And go
You
on.
asked for an explanation.
Okay.
That is my
So when you find a shitty house, what do you do when you find a shitty house?
up. You go on the property records, you find who owns it, you skip trace the owner, give them a call, say, hey, I just drove by. That shit's
look it up.
clapped. Can I buy it?
Yeah.
That's what I did yesterday. I swear to God. I called her
Damn.
and said, hey, do you own this house? She said, yeah. I said, I just drove by. Like, it's really, really rough shape. And she was like, yeah. I was like, are you working on it? She's like, slowly. And that's when I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm looking for another project. Let me see what I could do. Are you looking to sell? She said, I don't know. I'll talk to my husband. I kid you not. I was doing the dishes. I was putting them in the dishwasher. My phone dings. It's her husband. Hey, Chris, it's Aaron. You know, my wife gave me your number, looking to sell. This is what we want, no less.
225's a smoking
Fucking
deal,
steal.
bro. A steal.
Steal.
They can
no
ask-
negotiation needed. Here you go.
Steal.
Done.
Watch us not this. Watch everyone be like, oh no, fuck the house.
It'll dispo. It will.
Oh wait, once we get it signed, I'll send it to Gary. Oh, Gary's always interested. I'll send it to Luke.
Is
too.
Gary going to come with me?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Honestly, I'd rather not give Luke any business, but we'll see.
If he
If
can-
Gary wants it, sure. If not, then Luke could have it. But I'd rather not have Luke as our first option because I don't really like him. And he'll make a lot of money off of that, and I want him
Damn, I guess when you control the deals, you can do what you want, huh?
yeah,
pretty much.
well,